Yeah, I'm Steve Arveschoug. My wife and I live here in Billings. We've been here about 17 years. I'm recently retired. I'm the former executive director for Big Sky Economic Development here in Billings. I love our community. It's a great place to be, and it's great to engage with companies like Newman Restoration. I just made a phone call. I was searching for some help with a little incident at our home. And they were the second call. The first call I made, I got a machine. The second call to Newman, I got a real person and a real voice, which was really beneficial. So my wife and I were out of town. We were in Rapid City visiting our daughter who was guiding at Devil's Tower, having some experience out there. We thought we'd go out and enjoy her. We had someone house sitting for us, watching our pets. We got a call I can't remember, it was early afternoon or something, from the dog sitter saying that there was water coming out from the refrigerator, pouring downstairs all over the floor. So it was that panic moment. We encouraged her to get the main water turned off. I told her I would make a call and I would have someone to help there as soon as I could. Well, I was 6 hours away. So I made a call to a restoration company and I got an answering machine. And then I called Newman and I got a real person. I explained the situation to them. I said, we'll get home as soon as we can. I've got a house sitter there at home. We have the water turned off, but there's water everywhere. And they said, Steve, don't worry about it. We'll be there within 15 or 20 minutes. We'll call you as we go through our process so you know what's going on your way home. And when we got home, they had already started the cleanup work. It was an absolute blessing to have Newman respond with such care and with such urgency. Well, when we got home, they had drywall pulled out. They had carpets that were damaged pulled out. All the stuff that you need to get out of the way before you can build everything back was all done. And then they worked with us to start the process of rebuilding. So it was a great, they took the initiative and then they helped us through a pretty seamless process to get rebuilt. No one wants that sort of thing to happen. A little teeny water valve on the back of our refrigerator broke, and that's gonna happen sometimes. And that water, even though it's a small stream, does a lot of damage, and it did in this case. But Newman helped us through the process of rebuilding, fixing it back to better than new. We had to, obviously when that happens, you call your insurance people. There's a lot of people you have to be in contact with. And we just got off to such a great start with Newman Restoration that if anyone has a oh crap moment and you need help, Newman was so responsive to our needs at that time. I would highly recommend their services. So I think their whole team had a calm. They knew what they were doing. We were in a panic because we were 6 hours away. We had no clue what we would find when we get home. And the voices we heard, because they would call us and give us an update as we were driving, and the voices we heard on the other end of that call had a calm and a confidence that were really important to us. And that was the case through the whole process. I would say when you need a service like that, it's important to get the right people. And so I get that. And you can shop around. I can just tell you from my personal experience, they are fantastic. They know what they're doing. You can have confidence in the work that they do, the quality of the work, the timeliness of their work. I'd encourage you to give them a try. And when you really need someone to help, boy, it's so good to have a voice on the other end of the phone that says, hey, we'll be there ASAP to help. And they are. Yeah, I'm trying to remember in our case, I don't know if it was Andrew that answered the phone. It might have been. And so here you had the boss answering the phones and saying, hey, Steve, we're on it. The team will be there ASAP. And then he or his team would call us throughout the process while we were driving back. They just did a really good job of staying in good communication, explaining to us what was going on, giving us confidence that we're going to get through this. And when things fall apart like that, it's one thing to put the physical stuff back together, but there's an emotional side to that. You know, you don't like your home destroyed by water or whatever it might be. You want to see it come back together, and so you're wrought with emotion of what that looks like. So it's good to know that you have a professional in the restoration business that can walk you through a process with calm and professionalism. We were in Rapid City with our daughter doing some shopping, and we got the call from our dog sitter, and I had to calm her down first and explain to her where the water valve was to turn off the main. And she got the main turned off and the water was still coming out. That's because of pressure in the line. So you need to open up some faucets. So she did that, and I said, someone will be there to help you. Just stay put. Let me make a couple of calls. And I think Newman was on site within 20 minutes of the call that I made to them. I talked to them. They said they would be there. When they got to the house, they called me. We were on the road at that time, headed back, but we had 6 hours of driving to do, not knowing what's on the other end when we walk in the front of our house. But Newman would call us repeatedly, hey, here's where we're at. Here's a stage in the process. Here's what you're gonna see when you walk in. We're on top of it. That was great. Any organization or business that you engage with, you're there for a product or you're there for a service. At the end of the day, where the rubber meets the road is the people involved in that transaction, the people on the other side of the counter, the people leading a business. You want quality people to do business with. You want people you can trust. And I think that's what I found with Newman. Their whole team was very capable, trustworthy, and encouraging through the whole process. So if you pick Newman, you're going to have the right people as part of that partnership to restore your home, and you can trust them. And they're great people. They know what they're doing. They'll do an honest job for you.